Welcome back, travelers. If you're going to travel full-time in your RV, you're going to need to be able to fix a few things. Here's some tools that you might want to carry along with you. As you go out and start traveling, whether you're full-time or part-time, you're going to need to carry a set of tools with you. Get you through some of those things. These things, man, they're rolling earthquakes. They're going to have things pop loose, break screws that need to be tightened, odds and end repairs that's going to need to be done, just like your house. These tools that we're about to go over will get you out of those binds. First things first, you need an assortment of pliers, screwdrivers, things like that. One of the simplest things to do without going out and spending a fortune is to go to your local Home Depot, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, somewhere like that. Buy a cheap tool kit, something that's got pliers, screwdrivers, a few little wrenches and things like that. That'll get you through most problems that you're going to need to take care of. I'm going to go over a few more that I like to carry with me so that I can do a few extra things. Most of these items will be listed below in our Amazon affiliate account. You can go there and click on a link to get anything that I'm about to show you as we go through. Another thing that I like to add into mine is side cutters. Something to do with the side cutters and wire strippers, because you're going to run into an occasional electrical problem, something that you're going to need to cut a wire. You may need to strip the end of the wire. Probably ought to carry you a thumb wrench or two. I carry two. These thumb wrenches are good, just kind of go-tos. I call them knuckle busters, but I carry wrenches, but I also carry the thumb wrench with me as well. I had an upholstery shop, so I had a lot of tools that I had to downside to, so I probably got more than the average person does. But I carry an assortment of wrenches rolled up in a bag. You can purchase different types of bags and things, whatever works best for you and your storage needs. And so far, that's going to cover most of the things that you're going to need while you're out on the road. While we're talking about basic hand tools, I carry two different socket sets with me. I carry what's called a mini set. Has some miscellaneous small sockets in it, and I carry just a regular socket set that's got both standard and metric sockets in it. Both of them are relatively small. Got a picture right here of them. They're also handy to have, and they pack away really nice and neatly and don't take up a whole lot of space. Another thing that I carry, don't get into anything too fancy, is carry me just a basic multimeter. Something that I can read voltage, both 110 and 12 volt, so that I can tell whether wires are hot and can diagnose problems as we go down the road. So you can pick up one of these. We'll have a link, obviously. We'll have a link below for it. Good tool to have. There again, doesn't take up much space. It's relatively light, easy to pack away, but when you need it, you need it. Another thing that we have found that's extremely handy to have is we have a basic cordless drill with an assortment of different drill bits that go with it, and Phillips flathead, and specifically if you're in an RV, you're going to need the square-headed bit for your screwdrivers and for your cordless drill. A lot of the RVs have got the square heads in them rather than a Phillips or a flathead. Might be a good point to keep in mind. You're going to need tape. You're going to need duct tape, because everybody knows that you can fix anything with some zip ties and duct tape. So carry an assortment of different zip ties, some duct tape with you, and also you're probably going to need some electrical tape to carry along with you as well. Might be outside your box. You're supposed to torque your wheel lugs anytime you do anything, have your tires rotated, so we carry a torque wrench with us to be able to do that task while we're out on the road. Well, now speaking of changing tires, you're going to need to be able to jack up both your truck or your RV. We carry a bottle jack, and we carry a 4-way lug wrench with us to help get that job done while we're out on the road. You don't use it that often, but when you need it, you're gonna need it. When you travel like we do, we get into some different places. We travel through Florida, through the Southwest. We get into some sandy areas, sometimes even some muddy areas. I'm sure some of you have probably got some horror stories about being stuck. We carry a pretty good sized tow strap with us that's able to handle the weight of the truck and the RV at the same time to help get us out of any binds that we may get into. Also, getting out of any binds that we get into, we carry a set of basic jumper cables to help in the case that our batteries run dead. We do have a DC to DC charger, and we unplug each night to help keep things from draining our batteries, but we do carry jumper cables just in case. One thing that everybody should have something of is some type of funnel. We got a couple of different funnels for different uses that we carry around with us. There again, they're plastic, they're crazy light. Stick them in a compartment somewhere. You'll be happy that you have them when you need them. Any good RVer worth their salt is going to have multiple types of flashlights. One of my favorites is my headlamp. That leaves my hands free so that I can work. I still got good light. Got a couple of different flashlights, different things. Got another one in the back that works off of our battery for our drill. All good things to have. Last but not least, one of the most controversial things that I carry around, and it's a little more weight. I've got the room for it. I carry a small air compressor. Picked it up for $100 at the local Home Depot. Got a short 25-foot hose, and it does everything that we need to do. You need some means of some type of air compressor to fill up the tires on your truck and your RV. Now our RV has tires that go to 110 psi, so you need to look at your tires to know what pressure you're going to need to pump them up to in order to buy the right compressor. Another thing you're going to need some type of means to check your air pressure. Now, all of us have got TPMS systems that run on everything, and I love them. They do work really good, and I depend on them a lot. But periodically, I will check to make sure that my tires are reading what the TPMS says that they're reading. So travelers, I hope that these basic toolkit will help you get on down the road. Obviously, this is our preference at what we choose to carry at my skill level. Your skill level may be above or below that. You may carry different things. If you got a tip, leave it in the comment below. Share it with everybody else. Until then, we will see you next week.